Cast. The brotherhood, playing for the guy next to you, playing for the team.
What's up, Buckeye Nation? You're tuned in to the Buckeye Cast.
Buckeye Cast. Tradition of Ohio State, we take that serious.
These fellas were born and bred in the Buckeye State.
Buckeye Cast. The people of Ohio, we work every day to make them proud.
Visit us at thebuckeyecast.com and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Buckeye Cast.
Buckeye Cast.
Now here's your host, Joe Warwick.
I'm proud to be part of this group. Go Bucks!
Let's get into it. This is a recap of the college football playoff game. I know everybody's down in the dumps, and we had that one in the bag. Obviously, this is one of those games where the better team does not win. We were definitely the better team that night on Saturday night, and we belonged in that game for sure. And this is a note I want to send to all national media that are listening, ESPN, Fox, all you cocksuckers. Don't even try and say that it's Clemson and Bama above everybody else. That's not the case. It's Clemson, Bama, and Ohio State. All right? We are in that game. Somebody has to lose. Bama got smoked by Clemson last year. I don't hear anybody taking them off of that perch, of the top teams in the country. So I think the Buckeyes earned some recognition, even though they took the L. They owned that fucking game for about 3 quarters. Anyways, had to get that off my chest. Shawn's joining me from Ohio.
Somber days here in Ohio.
Yeah.
It was, like you said, I never thought Ohio State was going to lose that game, even right up to the end until they threw that last pick. And then I was, the heart dropped out. I'm like, what? A floater to the end zone.
The play was there, too. It was there. Olave just misread it. He thought that Justin was scrambling.
Either one was there. Olave, if Fields would have noticed what Olave was doing, that was there. And if Olave would have ran what Fields was actually doing, either one was there. There's a mismatch down there.
Yep.
But was that a safety or a freaking linebacker down there?
So Buckeyes lose in heartbreaking fashion, but I'll take it. I'm proud of the team. We put up with so much negative shit in that game with the ref, the fucking SEC referees, the replay refs, all those cocksuckers. Oh my God,
the replay's really the one that chaps my ass.
Taking how many points off the board for us and taking players off the field. I mean, if anything, in a playoff game, you're supposed to let players play, right? I mean, when a quarterback ducks down and because he knows he's going to get railroaded, that's not fucking helmet. That's not targeting. I mean, you can see the intent is not there. I don't want them to legislate intent into the game, into the rule, because you can't tell, what intent is. But I think that's just a shitty rule, I guess you could say they called it by the letter of the rule or the letter of the law, but
again, he was wrapping up. I've got to go back and look at it because they're saying the crown of the helmet was used, but I mean, what is that, a 2-inch differential between putting your face mask in there and then maybe a little bit of, I mean, that is real ticky tack. You could see, I mean, obviously the intent wasn't there because that was a wrap up tackle.
If Lawrence doesn't duck down to brace himself, he takes that in the chest.
Yeah.
And it's a no call.
And then he flops around down there like he's...
Oh, yeah. Laying on the field helped give replay more time to look at it. They had plenty of time to review it from 6 ways to Sunday.
I was reading something. That's a Clemson thing to try and slow Ohio State down because we were running tempo. They didn't know what to do. They always got guys laying down on the field, to get a blow and get a breather and try and slow us down. I mean, something done about that too. Like this kid doesn't have to come off for a play; he's got to come out for the series.
Right. We had it working early on. Obviously, we jump up to the 10-0 lead. I will say against the Buckeyes, you can't kick field goals in the red zone and expect to win, especially 3 times in the first half. You just can't fucking do that, man. You got to punch it in. Play calling got a little
still,
wacky down
they
there.
were so inept. I thought, and obviously when you start kicking, you kick one field goal, it's like, all right, cool. You got 2-score lead. Then you kick another one.
Right.
Then you kick another one. It's like, what the? You got to get this ball in there.
Yeah, play calling got kind of weird when they got in the red zone, I thought. I would have, especially when they're down inside the 10 with a first down, you fucking hammer it 3 times with JK. Make them stop you.
Yeah. I agree. I thought it was a little, I don't know, just that play calling down there, I don't know if the guys were tight. Nothing seemed crisp down there.
Yeah. Yeah, I get the field's more compressed and the defenders have less space to cover, But I say just line it up and make them stop you with the run, Quit trying to run fucking routes around the back of the end zone and crap. Or even get Justin. I know Fields wasn't 100%. That was obvious.
Yeah.
They were crashing on the zone read. They didn't even respect Fields. And Fields never pulled it. Maybe once or twice.
The one time they totally smoked JK and Fields had the ball.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way he's got it. It was actually a decent run by Fields.
Yeah, but it was
play.
one of the few that he gave up, or kept, I should say.
Yeah, for sure.
Most of them he just gave up and wasn't even reading the DN. So frustrating there as well. But to kind of run through it, Buckeyes get up 10-0. JK with the 68-yarder through the heart of South Carolina in the first quarter. That was a great play. Then we go punt. We get another field goal, go up 13-0 midway through the second quarter. And then the tide really turns here. Clemson gets the ball. They start moving it. Etienne really didn't do much. They shut him down for the most part. But
as far as a ball carrier,
yeah.
Absolutely.
But then the momentum-changing play was that 3rd and 5 at our 45, where Shawn Wade blitzes off the right side, and Lawrence doesn't see him till the last second. He ducks down and takes Shawn Wade's helmet against his helmet, and Trevor Lawrence flops on the ground and lays there like a bitch. So they give the targeting call to Clemson, and they kick Shawn Wade out of the game. A double whammy, really. The personal foul is bad enough to keep the drive going, but to kick Shawn Wade out is just I can't even fathom that. How do you take a kid off the field?
And the interesting part of that is that wasn't called live. That was a great hit live. Everyone, and then he's laying around there, and then like, hey, we want to take another look at this.
Right. No flag was thrown.
Nope.
Never a piece of laundry on the field. Yeah.
To be a ticky-tack part of the rule, I'm not super mad at it, but that's just something with college football. It's got to change. I don't know what he's supposed to do there.
Yeah, Lawrence ducks down because he's bracing himself. He knows he's going to get whacked, and he creates the helmet-to-helmet. Otherwise, it would have been Wade's helmet to Lawrence's chest. But Lawrence is 6'6".
They're still saying if it's the crown, you can't put the crown anywhere.
Yeah.
But if they want to start calling that, you can call that on about 1 out of 3 football plays.
Yeah, that's my point. What happens when a running back meets a linebacker in the hole? That's not helmet to helmet? Yeah, 99% of the time it fucking is. How about when an offensive lineman lines up against a defensive lineman on a running play? They go helmet to helmet and crash into each other. What's the difference? The rule sucks. They've got to change it. I know they won't. Gene Smith was pretty livid after the game about the entire officiating crew, including especially the replay. He called it an overreach on their part. In both,
that was egregious. I don't know when we're getting into that, but that,
yeah,
I've watched it and watched it and watched it now, and.
But yeah, just to finish off that drive, 2 plays later after Shawn Wade's ejected and they give Clemson the first down at our 30. 2 plays later, what do? They go right after Amir Reep in for Shawn Wade. and obvious DPI in the end zone. So they moved down to the 16, and then they punch in a few plays later to finally get on the board here late in the second quarter. Like 2.5 minutes left, something like that. So 16-7. Then they score again on 5 plays where fucking Lawrence goes 67 yards, jukes Proctor out of his ass, and rumbles. Makes it 16-14.
How fast is Trevor Lawrence? I mean, that shit reminded me of last year where, we saw guys, I got this 6'4", 225-pound Trevor Lawrence trotting down there, and nobody catches him for 70 fucking yards.
You know what? Going back and watching the replay of that, if you watch the line of scrimmage on both sides, it's another one of those plays that we saw last year where the linebackers are sucked up to the line and they get caught in the wash. Baron Browning actually, when the ball snapped, goes left of the nose tackle when the hole opens up behind him to his right, and it's just a gaping wide ass hole you could have driven a fucking truck through, and that's
and Proctor didn't even make him break stride. I mean,
no. Yeah, he gave a little shake on Proctor, and the wet field didn't help on that play, but I'm not going to blame it on that. Proctor's lack of experience, I think, was an issue a couple times in that game. I would much rather, this is another thing, had Shawn Wade been in the game, that would have been Jordan Fuller in Proctor's place. So Jordan Fuller playing more coverage was up at the line of scrimmage where he typically would have been the deep safety. And I'll take Jordan Fuller's tackling ability and experience to maybe force the play out of bounds, after a 30-yard gain or something like that, but not a 70-yard rumbling touchdown. So,
that one hurt.
Yep, the Shawn Wade ejection hurt us more than just the PI and the personal foul. It had ripple effects.
I agree. Right when that happened, and even before the score, I'm like, oh man, that's bad. I mean, you know how I've always been a huge Shawn Wade homer. Right. I think he's every bit as good as Jeff Okudah.
Yeah.
I mean, just like those guys came out of high school 1 and 2.
Yep.
They're still both top 5 corners to me, and
probably first round NFL picks. So getting into the second half, Buckeyes have the 2-point lead. They go punt. Clemson drives down with their second possession. They go 99 yards for a touchdown on just 7 plays. They had a few big pass plays in there. T. Higgins magically comes back in the game after being injured in the first half. Not sure what happened there. Then the Buckeyes cling to the 5-point deficit, and they throw a pick. Fields, I got to say, threw a few that were in defenders' stomachs that they dropped.
Right.
All day. He could have had 4 or 5 on the day. But,
which is just freaking amazing. I mean, the guy threw 1 all year.
Yeah. They ran a couple of those plays where he would roll out. He would do like a little naked boot out to his right, and he would just throw it at the receiver running an out route without even looking to see if the dude's open. That happened like twice. And fortunately, the defender dropped it, but they were in position to make the play both times. Then you had a linebacker take one in the stomach. Fortunately, they can't catch for shit. Otherwise, this would have been ugly.
I feel you take away either one of those interceptions that he threw, Ohio State still wins the game. Justin wasn't at his best, even though his numbers are pretty sweet passing. Something was a little bit off there, and back to some of the other stuff. Took 4 sacks. A lot of times Venables was bringing all kinds of freaking looks at that front.
Yeah,
I mean, Fields didn't. I mean, it was a heroic effort by Fields, but Fields a couple times should have just got rid of that ball, or hey, tuck it now and go, pick up 2 yards. But But on that one play, he also made some magic too. Missed like 3-4 guys and had a nice scramble for a first down.
Yeah.
But man, when he came out with the big knee brace, I mean, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
You know, because in practice he was wearing the little one, but I guess he's like, hey, I know no one's really going to hit me in practice.
Mm-hmm.
But for the game, he came out in the big boy.
Yeah, that was concerning, especially when he said during the week that he was like 80 to 85%, and he was going to wear the small brace, you know, for the game, and it was obvious he wasn't super mobile. I think he could have done a little bit more with his legs. They tried to run a couple QB draws in the second half because they saw a little opening there, but I don't think they did it enough. Plus, J.K. was dinged up late in the game, and he needed, you know, T wasn't getting it done, so they needed something on in the running game. But Buckeyes battled back at the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth, come back, take the lead on the post route to Olave to go up 23-21. Then the next drive is the killer, where Lawrence throws a pass. Was it to Ross or to Higgins? Where with Okudah covering, I think it was Ross, and no, that was Higgins. Higgins makes the catch with two hands, is holding the ball up above his head to keep Okudah away from it. Takes 3, almost 4 steps with the ball held out away from his body. Okudah pokes it out right before the 4th step, and Fuller scoops, goes zigzagging down the sideline, scores, and called a touchdown on the fucking field. And here we go again with the review process. And these motherfuckers take the touchdown off the board. That was a clincher right there, dude. That was with what? I don't know how much time was left, but maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes left in the game. Buckeyes would have been up 2 scores.
And just the momentum thing. You know,
Yeah.
Clemson had the momentum after Wade went out and they started getting some points.
Yep.
That right there, you know, with the point, you say, well, you know, still got to play the last part of the game. But that was so freaking huge. And it was so obvious that that's a catch. And you know, if he catches that on the sideline, takes those 3 steps, and then gets knocked out of bounds and Okudah, is it an incomplete pass? No. If he does that in the end zone, what are they calling it? They're calling that a touchdown.
Sure.
But no, they call that incomplete pass. That blew my mind. I already had NFL officials coming out, you know, saying, whoa, that was terrible replay, especially indisputable evidence when it's called a touchdown on the field.
Yep, exactly. Like I said, Gene Smith was livid. He called that overreaching. I'll call it just a bad take. I mean, I don't know what the fuck you're watching, dude. I realize that possession now is controlling the ball and making a football move, whatever the fuck that means. How's 3.5 steps not a football move?
And holding the ball out like away from the defender, taking steps.
It's not like he lost control of it on his own. You know, he had possession and got it knocked away after those 3 steps. And so just a screw job there. But, you know, I really love the way these guys, the Buckeyes, fought back. They overcame. And, you know, so Clemson goes on, takes the lead 29-23 there.
They don't give that to us, and then they score. Right.
Yeah, they scored with less than 2 minutes left, like 1:49 left in the game. But we didn't quit. We fucking fought back. You know, overcome is what we do. You know, we fight. And we came back with an 8-play, 52-yard drive and moving the ball easily. We had plenty of time left. Took a timeout there with 43 seconds. We had 1st and 10 at their 26. And Fields throws a fucking interception. I can't even say it. Jesus. Interception with 37 seconds left. The play was there. The post route to Olave again was there with a safety trying to cover him. It was there. So Olave thought that Fields was scrambling, so he broke off his route. And Fields, of course, thought he was still running the post. and threw it right to the fucking safety.
And that was a little dicey because Fields did have to move a little bit in that pocket from pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, Olave must have saw the wrong thing and feel bad for those kids. They did. They worked their butt off. And they were in position to win that game.
Yep.
Kind of wish at 26 yards out. I mean, what do we have still? 45 seconds?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. There's plenty of time, and I think we had 2
of course,
timeouts.
maybe coaches were like, hey, we need to score from here. Because we can't score in the freaking red zone today. So we got.
Well, yeah, maybe, but I mean, it was obvious they had to throw. Running was probably not a good idea from the 30-yard line or whatever, the 26-yard line.
What did we have? 2. We still had 2, right? 2 timeouts or
2? Yeah, they took a timeout after Fields ran for 3 yards. Got the first down. It was a 3rd and 1 at the Clemson 31. Ran for a few. Took a timeout. So first down. Then the interception. Yeah. Got to say though, I got to give Ryan Day some props, especially that first half. The first quarter they came out just blazing on fire. You know, bing, bing, bing down the field. Didn't even give the Clemson defense time to get lined up. They cheap-dicked them on a couple plays where they got 12 men on the field. They also caught him trying to signal a defense in late, and the Buckeyes rushed up on a 3rd down and short, rushed up to the line. Fields got under center, and they ran the ball with Clemson wasn't even lined up. They were still trying to get the signal from the coach on the sideline. That was pretty awesome. So Ryan Day pulled out all the stops from a coaching standpoint. I really can't question his ability or anything like that. I don't think he choked at all in this game. It just came down to players making plays, really.
Yeah, execution and, bad calling, but also hats off to Clemson. Clemson could have let that game get away from them, but they're a championship caliber team, and they didn't. They stayed in there and they fought. And, I don't like them, but, they're a hell of a football team. And dickhead Sweeney gets those kids playing and believing. And,
right.
There's so many little things. I was just reading the 11W article. Like 8 or 9 things that just didn't go our way. Any one of those things go our way, we probably win. Mm-hmm. Maybe not, but I mean, it's all the bad bounces went to Ohio State. Like 8 or 9 of them.
Yeah, we beat them up on the score sheet or the stat sheet. 100 more yards total offense. We were much better on 3rd down. Not great, but we were better than them. Rushing, we beat them.
We held their stud running back in check.
Yep.
I still don't know how we let what's his name run for 100 on us.
Yeah, that was the key, really. I mean, it was obvious that we were keying on Etienne, and so they had to go to Lawrence in the run game. They had no alternative. Especially when T. Higgins went out in the first quarter there on whatever happened to him. Not sure. When he went out of the game, they probably figured, we gotta rely on the running game somehow. So I don't know. J.K. goes for 174 though, a fucking 10-yard average on 18 carries. Gets dinged in the fourth quarter, and that really, I think, hurt us. That really killed us.
Yeah, that ankle, and he just was tough.
Yeah, T came in and didn't do anything worth a shit. He had 9 yards on 7 carries. Couldn't break anything, not even get a first down. KJ came through, of course, 67 yards. Mac, 6 catches as well. Olave doing Olave
We had like that
things.
3rd and 14 early in the game.
Yeah.
Wade backed up, and KJ made a great play to get that first down.
Yeah, he made the catch a few yards short of the sticks and put a move on a defender and got the first down. That was a great play.
Classic KJ Hill.
Yeah.
Missed that.
Garrett Wilson out there fucking doing acrobatic Garrett Wilson things. I was like, they should go. Actually, that review, that was our first drive when we had the momentum and we were going tempo. That should have been, they could have just let that one go. I would have rather they not given us that, because the next play we were lined up and we had a running play with JK that he broke off the left tackle and went for 6 that they called back as they were stopping play to review that. But anyway.
Yeah, that was a late review.
Yep. Yeah, Dobbins had 6 catches, by the way, on those swing passes, and that was it the last drive of the game.
Bam, like we ran the same play, 3 out of 4 plays. Boom,
yep.
10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm not sure where that was all day. Dobbins did have a couple drops there. The one in the end zone that they took off the board on review, the diving catch.
That was tough. I mean, that was a valiant effort by Dobbins. Wish he could have held on to it, but
the screenplay on the left, it was the killer though. There was nobody out there. We were like at their 20. There was nobody out there, and he just fucking flat out dropped it. I saw it was so wide open. I didn't even watch him try to make the catch. I was looking to see if there were any defenders on the screen ahead of him.
Oh, you were watching the same thing JK was.
Yeah, pretty much. I looked ahead too. I took my eyes off the ball. So, absolute no-no as a player and as a viewer, right? So yeah, defensively, Chase, not much of an effect on the game, honestly. Didn't have any sacks, had a couple tackles. You could say he's somewhat affected the throwing game, but I don't think he had too many QB. He had one QB hurry, so one pressure really. He was close on a few, maybe a half step away. Oh, you saw him getting blocked out around behind Lawrence, but Okudah had a hell of a game, couple knockdowns. Borland, I thought, did all right.
Okudah had a great game. I'm like, why they keep going after this guy?
Yeah. Davon had a sack. Baron Browning, Tyler Friday, those guys all had TFLs. Malik, Pete Werner, both had led the team in tackles with a couple of TFLs. So all around, I couldn't be prouder of this team to take all the negative shit throughout this game and just continue to battle. It just came down.
But if you would have told me before the game that Ohio State's going to score 23 points, I'm going to tell you, well, we're probably going to lose.
Yeah, and that's accurate. That's exactly what happened. A lot of, I think, did you call for a big game? You called something on the over, right?
I was, I believe, I was like 34-24, 38-24 or something.
Yeah, you were over the 63. Yeah.
So first quarter, I'm like, and this is looking good.
Right. Yeah. But, yeah, we didn't do shit in the second half. 1 touchdown. That's it.
I think someone said we didn't score any points from 5 minutes into the second or to midway through the fourth.
Yeah.
That's just too long a drought for that team.
Yeah. Exactly. But still came down to that last play on the interception, and that game was ours. We had it. Because Olave probably catches that. And even if it's incomplete, we still got a few more cracks at it.
Well, yeah, we still got that timeout. It's
2 timeouts.
Second down.
Yeah, you're coming at them from their 26, inside their 30 at least. Yep. But, again, I still say, we belong on the top tier of college football teams, and we're going to be back there next year. I just, is there anything else we need to cover on the game?
No, again, it was frankly a good football game. I mean, not like the other one that was a blowout. Some of ours in the past have been blowouts, and some others. That was one of the better college playoff games, I feel, from 2 stud teams.
Yeah. Especially after watching Oklahoma, LSU, and Joey Burrow just fucking making them look like D2 team. I mean, Jesus.
That's the bright side of it all, is now we can all root for Joey Burrow 100% without any reservations in that game.
Yeah, no mixed feelings, but still, I don't know. I can't honestly say that Oklahoma was the fourth best team in the country. I can think of about 4 other teams I would have rather seen in that game.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, I don't know. I think after the 3, Clemson, Ohio State, LSU, I think there was a drop-off this year. I think it was a tough call. Who are you going to put in there? You can't put Bama in with 2 losses that, and Georgia with their bad loss, plus the loss in the SEC. I mean, who else? Was Oklahoma the 4th best? Probably not, but who was? Yeah, frankly, it's probably Bama, but you can't put Bama in there. I mean,
not with a backup quarterback, that's for sure.
And 2 losses, they're just not doing that.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. When somebody gets blown out that badly in a playoff game, you're like, did you even fucking deserve to be here? Anyways, no regrets. We gave it our best shot. Took some shots, and got back up every time.
Well, it was I mean, so disappointing, that loss, because I think Buckeye Nation I still believe that we've got the best up and down team in the country. I think if we played that Clemson, 5 more times, we'd win 4 of them.
Right.
And like you said, we deserve to be in that conversation. So it was, it's like, man, we had the best team and pissed it away again. But at the beginning of the season, when we were doing this show, we had a wide range of what this season could be like, with the new quarterback, new head coach, new defensive staff, new everything. And for these guys to come out and ball out like that, go undefeated through the regular season, I mean, what a great Ohio State football season. Absolutely.
Yeah, we pretty
more
much,
than I expected.
We pretty much called it, didn't we? I mean, we went through the entire schedule preseason and said 12-0, right? I mean, we did the score predictions and everything for every game. And we said no matter who they bring from the Big Ten West, we're going to smash them. That played out. Then we'll just see how it shakes out in the playoffs, right? Well, played out. We went 13-0 and got in the playoffs. And, a first-year quarterback, first-year head coach. A lot of people didn't predict that kind of outcome. But I'll take it. We got so much coming back. Most of the O-linemen said they're coming back, especially Thayer Munford, who's been dealing with injuries all year and honestly played like it most of the year.
Who are we going to lose on the O-line? You're going to lose Jonah Jackson, obviously.
Bowen. Is that it? Yeah.
So we've got guys like Petit Free and Harry Miller that can step in there and probably fill a couple of those spots.
Yeah, you got Gavin Cupp.
Paris Campbell, or not Paris Campbell, Paris Johnson's that name?
He's going to be in the 2 deep, guaranteed, man. He's going to come in and compete day one.
I'm getting really high on that kid. Like, hey, is this our next Pace?
He is, yeah. He has a mean streak, and he's got ability. And he comes into school in 2 weeks, along with 13 other guys.
And I think that his character, he's super high character guy. Mm-hmm. That's going to put in the time. He ain't going to cut the corners at the gym. And, he's a guy that's, hey, this is what I'm about.
Yep. Yeah, at all of those camps where he's doing basically the same drills that they do in the NFL draft day, he would have been in the top 5 for offensive linemen with his times on like the shuttle and long jump and all the bullshit they make you do, So he's up there, and I think he'll definitely be in the 2 deep. Who knows? He's definitely NPF is concerning to me. This being his second year, and he's a 5-star recruit. and he hasn't seen the field for shit other than garbage time in the fourth quarter against like FAU or something, you know.
A little bit. I've not given up on that kid. I still think he's going to be a huge contributor next year. I just think he still was struggling with that weight. He needs to get that weight to 305 or somewhere in that realm instead of 285 or 290, whatever
he's had problems with. Putting on weight has been an issue for him and maintaining it. So, yeah, defensive side of the ball in the secondary is the big loss, you know.
Oh, I think you lose all of them.
Yeah, you got Proctor coming back. Can they talk Shawn Wade into coming back? That's like a big recruiting pitch for Ryan Day right now.
I would love to, but if I'm Shawn Wade, I don't.
No, I don't either.
And I think if he does even slip to like a second round or something like that, someone's going to be happy with Shawn Wade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be a hell of a slippage, in my opinion. But yeah, corners, you got to rely on young corners. Cam Brown, Seven Banks, obviously Reap. And then you got we have 3 young guys coming in. Legend Cavazos coming in January. Clark Phillips is out. Who else? Oh, you got Lathan Ransom. He'll be there in the fall, or in the summer, I mean, in June. He goes to a Catholic school and he can't graduate early. He'll be safety. And who was the other corner? Watts? Ryan Watts?
Well, you still got like Marcus Williamson, isn't he still?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
So it will be young, obviously super talented group, but, you know, they just lack the experience right now, so.
Yep.
Halfley gone. I think Halfley was huge back there.
Mm-hmm. But Madison was, you know, calling the defense for the most part with Halfley's input. So I find it hard to believe that Madison had so much influence. But just what all the coaches say and the beat reporters say that
I'm not even talking about the calling the plays. That can be replaced. I'm talking about coaching DBs.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you hear like Okuda and them talk about what Halfley meant to him. Mm-hmm. That guy's, you know, he's coaching them like NFL corners.
Right. And that's why we need to get Kerry Combs back. We bring him back. He's got NFL experience. He's put so many players directly from Ohio State into the NFL. I mean, who could you name off the top of your head that's better than him? I mean, that's a name that we know and love, and I know we didn't know who Jeff Halfley was a year ago at this time, but unless they can get another guy that's got a good NFL resume like a Halfley, then I think Combs is the target.
I don't know. I agree. Combs off the top of the head is just a no-brainer, and what he did in the past here and what he brings, but you know, I'm so smitten with a guy like Brian Hartline, young guy, fresh out of the league, high energy. You know, if there's a guy out there like that, you know, a 35-year-old stud DB's coach. Yeah, I think Ryan Day's smart enough. He'll get what we need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. He knows plenty of coaches around the NFL, just being out of the league for a few years now. He's coached like Halfley. That's how he knew Halfley was coaching at San Francisco with him. So, yeah, he knows he needs to get an NFL guy probably, or at least somebody with a NFL history on their resume. So, I think he knows what to do, and he has to get somebody in here soon to shore up this 2020 class. You know, maybe get one more DB recruit. So, yeah. And who else are we replacing? Corey Dennis QB assistant coach, Herb's son-in-law, took a QB job over in Colorado State. And then Mike Yursich just took that Texas offensive coordinator job. So he was just passing game coordinator and kind of a QB coach as well at Ohio State. Not sure he'll be missed that much. He was important in getting Fields ready for the year and game to game, but I think Ryan Day was basically doing that job before. So worst case scenario, Ryan Day just takes it over, you know.
Yeah, but Ryan Day got a lot on his plate too.
Sure does, yeah. Having an extra body in there definitely helped, you know. And somebody, again, probably helps to have somebody with an NFL background, you know. Kids love that, so they everybody thinks they're going to go, you know, play in the NFL, of course. So.
No, but your 5-star kids want to know, and that's the guys we're going after.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. So, but it's still Ryan Day's offense. So,
still Justin Fields. O-line should be good.
Yeah.
The receivers are going to be absolutely sick as well.
Right.
I think someone will need to step up and be that. Who's going to be that KJ Hill, that money guy for the underneath stuff that gets tough yards?
Right.
I don't know, you know, if Jalen Gill is going to be that guy for us or who is.
Mm-hmm.
But the talent everywhere else and the kids coming in,
right,
that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, that's super exciting to see which of those freshman receivers come in and immediately crack the 2 deep. You know,
I think two or three of them will.
Yeah,
at least.
Is it Fleming? Is it Jackson? Is it
G. Scott?
G. Scott
and Jigba,
right? And Mookie Cooper, you know, a little firecracker who hasn't played in 2 years. You know, obviously he's a fresh body, but we'll see. Yeah, I really am excited to see which receivers crack that lineup.
I think Mookie maybe comes in and gets that spot behind Jalen Gill. Obviously, you're going to have Olave and Garrett Wilson as your primaries.
Mm-hmm.
But who's the other kid? I can't think of his name. That saw some action earlier. He's fast. He caught that one and just ran away from everybody.
Jameson.
Yeah, I like that kid too.
Right. Yeah, he looks
and then
good.
see how the running back situation shakes out. You know, will it?
Mm-hmm.
Is Teague going to grab this thing and say I'm the man, or is it going to be more of a split approach with Crowley or Chambers behind him? Because in the limited amount of time that both Crowley and Chambers got, they both look good. Yeah,
I really like Crowley. He's kind of that faster, you know, change of pace back. If you're going to go with Teague or Steele Chambers, you got to have somebody that's got shakes, you know, like Crowley. And we'll see what happens with this transfer portal kid from Miami. Lorenzo Lingard. It's probably not a grad transfer since he's only a sophomore, so I'd imagine he'd have to sit out a year unless he can prove some kind of weird hardship thing.
Let me play. My team sucks.
Yeah. Oh, you went to Miami? Okay. Approved. So, anything else we need to cover on 2020?
I mean the D-line. The D-line and linebackers, so we're going to be losing our best tackler, Malik Harrison. Obviously going to be losing Chase Young. A couple of the stud D tackles. Jason Cornell, B.B. Sanders, Hamilton, they're all gone. So there's going to be a lot of new bodies on there. Mm. Good thing is we've been so deep at that D tackle the last couple of years. Not super concerned about that.
Yeah.
But to me that means, hey, we need to go out there these next couple recruiting cycles and get some stud D tackles as well.
Right.
Linebackers, I think we'll be fine. Werner comes back, right? Or
yeah, he'll be back. I believe Tuff is gone, right?
No, he can come back. So there's that.
Sorry, I was trying to temper my excitement.
But Browning will be there. He's so fast. I love that dude.
Yeah, we lose Malik, but we got Werner, Browning, Borland,
Gant, Mitchell.
Yeah, this will give the young guys an opportunity to step up and show what they're made of, especially Taraja. Can't wait to see him. Kayvon Pope.
Yeah, Kayvon Pope. I think, did Kayvon Pope, was it or? I thought I saw on this depth chart, Kayvon Pope or Taraja on a spot. And I thought, someone, because it used to be like Taraja, like someone either evened themselves up with Taraja or even overtook him. I don't know that for a fact, or maybe he's dinged out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you look at that pregame depth chart.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember. But it's very possible. Yeah. Sometimes they just do that as giving a guy recognition, for the effort. To give him the
but I think Werner could come out. I don't know if he's declared, but
no, I he hasn't said anything, but I don't know if he's even investigated, his NFL prospects.
I don't know. You listen to like Urban Meyer, some of these guys talk about him, like, you guys don't understand how fast this dude is, and I think he's a smart football guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably a lot like Borland, just with more physical ability.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot faster. But, yeah, D-lines are loaded. Not worried about that. Again, just more opportunities for these young guys to get experience going into the beginning of next year, and obviously spring will help. But kind of mold that two deep along the front seven and the back four too. I think we'll cut it loose. We probably need to do another recruiting show at some point, even though there won't be too many people committing in February.
I maybe do a recap, and hopefully there's one or two that get added at on signing day.
Yeah, we might get another D lineman. I know they're looking at adding one more there, one more corner. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we'll do a recruiting show probably right around signing day, that first Wednesday in February. And anyway, wish everybody a Happy New Year coming up. Be safe, and visit the BuckeyeCast.com, of course, and stock up on some gifts for yourself. You might not have gotten what you wanted for Christmas, and go return that shit. And get yourself a t-shirt at the BuckeyeCast.com. But Shawn, appreciate you joining us.
Happy New Year. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.
L'chaim. Have a good one. Go Bucks.
Peace.